Right, here's a very interesting game where I took a few risks. We did the e-pawn opening. It's looking very classical, looking like black isn't going to get any pieces out, so I decide I'm going to get pieces out. Lots of bishops. Puts this knight on a funny square there. Couldn't work that out. That's confusing and sometimes worrying when players do that, especially high players like this. But I just decided that it was a mistake. He shouldn't really have put that knight there. And I'm going to go for the bishop sacrifice, which I love so much, because it's looking good here.
Check.
Look, check here. Now he hasn't even got the pawns in front of his king that he should have. What else can I do?
Check.
Another check here. So now he's here. I am still a piece down. And my queen's a bit exposed. So what happens next? Well, next I should be thinking of castling. I should be thinking of castling and ramming my pieces up towards his king, because I'm a piece down. And as we're approaching the 2000 level of chess playing, being a whole piece down is a good way to lose a game. So I'm get this bishop. This is a key move, getting this bishop here, because this produces a double check if I now move the knight. But sadly, it's not to be.
Check.
It's not quite a double check, which means he can take it. And now my queen is under attack, so she has to retreat a little bit. And his knights, after castling, his knights start coming for the queen, and she's far too far up the board, has to come back. But look at his king. Look how exposed he is. Look at the poor protection his king has got. Look at these knights with no protection, really. Let's go for them now. Let's go for it again. Let's go for that one again. Now it's in my side of the board, which is annoying. Here's where I made a mistake. I should have done this as my next move. Yeah, that's what I should have done. There's no question about it. I should have done that. For some strange reason, I didn't see it. Or sometimes you even see the knight and you think it's going to take en passant, which of course it can't. But instead, I did this, protecting this pawn extra. Getting ready to shift it up the board, perhaps. His queen comes here. I still don't move the pawn. I don't understand why. I put the queen instead here. So that, I don't know, so that what?
Check.
He does a revealed check here with his pawn. Thankfully, nothing is taken as a result. But he takes there. And I move up here instead of recapturing. I don't need to recapture just yet. Not really. Although he could, I suppose, he could take there. That could be messy. But he's got a check to worry about first, so he goes here, attacking my queen. Again, I don't have to worry about that just yet because I've got check, but I move her first anyway. He captures. And this was a mistake on my part. This lost me another piece because I went check. He captured. And now instead of capturing his bishop, which I should have done, I went for a check here, and he blocked with the bishop. So now I'm 2 pieces down, not 1, but 2. Yes, his king's more exposed than mine, but look how bad this is. However, there's something very good about this position, which is that his king is sitting in the fighter jet. He's sitting in the seat of the fighter jet. And if you remember that, it's here. 1, 2, 3 pieces, and then a tail. And if he's sitting in the middle, your queen will checkmate him by sitting on the nose of the plane, which is here. Now look. My queen, despite all his many pieces, could, in theory, get up near there. Let's see what happens next. I capture this pawn to stop this queen possibility. He captures here and threatens my rook. I go here. He threatens another rook, and I'm okay with that one. I've got to save the queen anyway. But my queen, you see, can run here, which looks like a natural square to run to. But in fact, this is the square, the perfect square, to get to the nose of the plane. After he captures here, he doesn't see the fighter jet. He does not see it. He does something crazy here, and the fighter jet comes in with checkmate. That's what I'm talking about. That's the fighter jet. These are tiny little things like the fighter jet, that while they look like a small detail, can win you a whole game. These kinds of details are details to learn when you get to the higher levels, because it can get you out of a hole like this, and believe me, this was a hole. He was a rook and a bishop up. I had very little chance of winning this game, but the fighter jet is what delivered that win. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I am Chess Voices, the most relaxing chess channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching.